All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I am very, very sorry. My sincere apology for starting the market review this late. Please, if you can hear me, can you kindly signify with a yes on the chat so that I'll know we are together so we can quickly do something. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Femi. Thank you, Joy. All right. So let's quickly do something. Our time is already fast. Good morning, Mr. Felix. Good morning, sir. Okay. Now let's look at our chart. I know some of you probably would have already, thank you, sir. Some of you will probably already be being in some trades and we're possibly looking at some insight about the trades, or you are looking at taking advantage of what is happening in the market. What can you trade? Good morning, Mr. Peter. Good morning, sir. All right, so now let's start from the euro dollar because I know we trade the euro dollar a lot. Okay, so let's look at the euro dollar. Now, if you go to your 4-hour time frame, now remember, we usually start our analysis from the top. Okay, sometimes if I'm just looking for quick trade, I'll start from 4 hours. If let me delete, let me take out everything that is here and let's start afresh. And let's start this afresh. Okay, all right, we can leave this one here. Now I can either use daily or I use 4 hours. So if you look at it on the daily, you notice that price of the euro dollar has been rising consistently for now, has been rising. Then after getting to a particular level, it started to range. So from this high, price has been ranging. It attempted to break above this high once and it couldn't. Then this, the lower part of this particular level right here, where price has been dealing. Now, we can either put it up here, but because of this low, this low, this low, so we need to just adjust it a little bit down. So we can have it this way. All right. So price is trading from this high and this low. This is our current key level. So whatever buy, whatever sell you are thinking of doing is going to be from here to here. All right. So now price move from this top to this point here. Then it started to buy from here all the way, sold from here. Now, what is price currently doing? Currently buying, trying to buy, or currently trying to sell? From what I just mentioned now, from what I just said now. So where should price be headed? From just this simple analysis we've done, we've not even finished it yet, but you should have an idea. So what do you think? I need your response on the chat. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Peter. Thank you. What do you think? I need your response on the chat. So this is daily time frame. Price is trapped in between this range right now, and this is the upper part of the range and the lower part of this current range. Price move from the up part to the low part to the up part, from the up part to the low part. Now, from the low part, what is it trying to do? Trying to buy. Exactly. All right. Good. So, what we have to do is to look for entries to buy. So you can come down to your lower time frame. This is my 4 hour. Now, on my 1 hour, this is what price is doing. So on my 1 hour, I can look for my either your order block, break and retest, anything like that. So I would rather look for a high that has been broken and wait for price to retest. This is a high, it came back down, it broke, price retested that level. All right, to buy again, and it created these highs. So I might want to join these two highs here. It broke this highs. It has retested, came a little bit inside. And what's it trying to do? It's trying to push high. So I think we have a trade, all right? And it's to keep pushing until it gets all the way to these levels, right? So I think for the euro dollar, we have a straightforward market today. Now, the only thing, thank you so much. The only thing that can possibly um, make this guy to go down to sell is if there's a fundamental, if there's a news, right? A news can hinder that upward movement. And so far, let me see. So far for today, 13, yeah, today, Thursday, 13th, there is no fundamental. For the USD, for the euro is the fundamental is a minor, no, sorry, a low impact name. So it shouldn't affect anything like that. For both the USD and euro, they are low impact. We are more concerned about the red envelope events. So we don't have any yet. All right. Good. So if you are not in the trade already, I don't know what you're doing. Okay, let me uh, 'cause I need to take advantage of this trade too. Excellent. Okay, excellent. All right. So now let's continue. This is for the euro dollar, very straightforward, and so we'll move on. Now I like to just finish my currencies before I go to something else, right? Now this is euro, GBP, JPY. I like to let me take out all of these things first, so it can be like a fresh analysis. All right, there's one here. I might have mobile. It's okay. So this is. Let me do it from my daily time frame. Okay, good. So remember the strategy, right? Very simple strategy. For those who have been listening to me, you will know that I try to keep things as simple as possible. Trading is not supposed to be complicated, right? I try to keep it as simple as possible. If you are using it from the higher time frame point of view, the reason I'm going to be using either daily or weekly or specifically daily is I look for key levels on my higher time frame daily. Key levels, sometimes on 4 hours, but mostly on daily. If I can identify a key level on daily, for instance, you can see, and the level I'm looking for is I'm looking for if price is to the upside, I'm looking for a previous resistance that price created or a high. Price came back and took out that high. So I'm going to mark that high, waiting for price to return because that is going to be a key level. Now, you do it mostly, it has a higher probability on the higher time frame. You don't do this on 15 minutes, on 5 minutes, 30 minutes. Sometimes 1 hour might not really be too good, but 4 hours is good. Daily is like, one of the sweetest you can do that on. Now, so you can see that price came back to this key level. And from there, we can have a change of direction back to the upside. It came back there again, although it gapped a little, but we still have a change of direction back to the upside. All right, good. Now, what else? We have this as a high also that was taken out. Now, you notice that when this high was taken out, price came back to this level. Price has been attempting to take out this level for a while. All right, so price finally came back into this level, retesting and going to the upside. And at least we should head to this high. It might get to this level and respect again. So we are still pushing up. Now, this is my 4 hours, and this is how it looks like on my 1 hour. So what it helps me to do, or what it will help you to do, is to know where you are currently, like where you are on the chart, where you are in the scheme of things. As a maybe euro, dollar, GBP, USD, it helps you to know where exactly you are right now, so you are not lost. And one of the best things also, it helps you to understand where you are currently going, right? Have you, like, you are, say, your friend, you are going somewhere. Your friend knows the place. You don't know the place, but you are driving. Your friend is in front, you are at the back. Now, somehow, you miss your friend. But because he has told you we are going to so place, we are going like a particular area, even though he didn't mention specifically where in that area you are going to, but you know you are headed a particular area. So what happens is you just keep going towards that area, all right? And that's what price is doing. So you are not lost, even though you are not seeing that your friend, but you have an idea of where you are going to. That is exactly what's happening to price most times. Now, we know we are not lost. Price is still looking at pushing to this upside here, right? So we just need price to break out of these levels. Okay, this is a higher point. You might not be able to take a buy right now because price is headed here, except price breaks out from here. If it breaks out, most likely it's going to hit these levels. All right, so you can watch out for price pulling down a bit. Wow, these are dangerous levels. I'm not sure price will get here, but price can. But at all, if price comes to these lows, because price is taking this as lows, you might consider taking the buy from these levels here. If it drops, then you might consider taking it from here. And if it drops all the way here, you might consider taking it from here. Worst case scenario, price comes all the way to this level before we have that buy move again, because price has already been pushing to the upside and now ranging. Ranging sometimes can tell you that price has either lost momentum or is gathering momentum to continue, right? So that's why I said if it breaks out from here, it's going to hit here once. But if it does not have that momentum, it will need to come back here or here. Their liquidity is right here and here to further push to the upside, right? So that's for GBP, JPY. I've been talking a lot about Euro, Euro. I'm sorry, talking a lot about CHF rather. Euro CHF, CAD CHF, AUD CHF, CHF JPY. And I mentioned that CHF is very strong currency, very consistent. Making lower lows and lower highs on the daily. You are right, though. We are trying to do day trading here. Look at it. On the daily, look at where we have been pushing up. Price just lost momentum. And look at what price has been doing. From daily hit here, bounce back here, hit here, bounce back here, and is currently headed to the upside. All of these lower highs, all of these things you are looking at on the daily. I'm sorry I had to go back to the euro dollar. Price is just doing a massive retracement on the daily. So if you look at it on 1 hour, it will look like, oh, price is trending, has been trending to the downside, like this from up here. But it's just a retracement to push your side. That's why you need to identify key levels on the higher time frame. So you will not be confused, right? The moment we get here, yes, I participated in the sell, yes, for euro dollar. I participated in these sales. Like I think I did like twice, just twice. Now, the moment price got to this point, you see this point I marked here, I stopped selling. And at that point, I was waiting for price to reverse to the upside. And the point I was waiting for is this is the last highs price created. The moment price can take out these highs, then we are back in business. Because it can get here, take this as resistance to push back down. But if it breaks it, only needs to retest and continue. And that's what price has been doing. All right. So for now, nope, price is not headed down. Price is most likely headed up from the technical point and standpoint. Right, from the technical standpoint. You can't keep selling euro dollar at the moment. All right, so lately CHF has been somehow, yeah, but no, CHF is back again. Oh. It was somehow 2 weeks ago, last week, but this week, no, it's been good. In fact, towards the end of last week. Now let me show you. Um, let me show you where the okay, Euro CHF. Good. Now, obviously, if I go to my daily time frame, you can see it's clearly on the downtrend. But it's not every time it will be going down. It's not good. After going down massively, I need it to rise. After going down massively, I need it to rise. And after going down massively again, I need it to rise. It's part of the game. The rising is what gives me opportunity to sell again because I want to sell. Euro CHF, Euro is the base. Euro is going to be in trouble. CHF is going to dominate, right? So now let's look at this. Um, let's look at the on 4 hours. It's going to be clear. After all of these massive sales that we made, now we need price to rise. And remember what your daily will help you to do. Your daily now will give you that point where price is most likely going to stop, which is at this level right here. You can see all of these bottoms. Now these are lows, lows that price took out. So unlike when you are buying, when price takes out a high, you wait for it to retest. Now for sell, when price takes out a major low, you wait for a retest. So this is where we're expecting price to come to for us to have a possibility of selling. And on 4 hours, this is how it looks like. Right? Price just edged a little bit above, which was that somehow, probably somehow you were talking about. But see what price is doing right now. Price is definitely selling and it's selling massively. And it will keep selling until it takes out, you see this low right here. Yeah, so we are still actively selling. So all of this retracement is trying to push up, is a push up to sell more. And that's how it does. Go and back test it. Look at how it does. Sell, push up, sell, all right? Until it gets tired of that sell and it pushes up over for like a week or two, then sells again. So we are still actively looking out for sell on the Euro CHF. Now, if it doesn't sell now, worst case, it goes back all the way up here before it sells again. In fact, it might not even get here. You see these levels? Let me look for a supply level right here. You can get as much as this place is sell, right? So that's what we're expecting for the Euro CHF. And let's see, let's talk about silver. Okay, so silver is making massive recovery. I don't think gold has even done that, but gold is really, really almost finished that recovery already. So silver is pushing high, but price is pushing high. Look at the trick now. So we can expect like a double top from the daily. I need to take out all of these things. I don't like the chart. I understand what I put here, but to you it might look messy. Let me take all of this out. Okay. Okay. So let me just take them all out. All right. So this is this is silver. For those who don't trade silver, silver is heavier than your gold. Trust me. Silver is one of the heaviest instruments you can trade. Silver is competing massively with agro commodities. So for you to trade silver, you need good funds. And you will make 3 times, 4 times the amount you will make on gold. Right? You make 3 times, 4 times the amount you make on gold on silver. What 0.01 will give you on gold? That same 0.01 will give you three to 4 times on silver. Yes. So if you use let's say you use 0.1 on gold, where you make profit of 500,000, that same 0.1 on silver will give you 1.5 to 2 million. All right, 1.5 to 2 million. Now, the reason I said 3 to 4 is because it has a floating spread. The spread is not fixed, it's floating. So it can increase a bit, sometimes it can, come down a bit. So especially during period of volatility, it can increase a bit, then quiet period it comes down. Sorry, it can reduce a bit, then quiet period it increases. So it's not 100% stable. It's a floating spread, right? For those who understand what spread is, right? So it's a floating spread. So spread also determines your profitability. So that's why to give you three to 4 times of what you ought to make on your gold. So if I don't want to trade gold, I would prefer to trade silver, especially when I spot a good opportunity. Now, what I'm saying here is that there is a possibility of a double top. Now, price created this level as a major resistance level. Why is it a major resistance? Because we had a massive fall from this point. Now, price has worked its way consistently up here now. So there is a very high tendency that price will fall from here. Very high tendency. It's not 100%. Why I say not 100%? Because silver is still in the uptrend, just like your gold, still having that uptrend. Hence, price can come to create new highs by breaking this point. So what you do is price has a very high chance of selling, but if price breaks above this level, it will break to retest and possibly continue. That's it. Right? But for now, price has a very high chance of going to the downside. Right? So we are possibly watching out for watch out for possible sales. Watch out for possible sales. Right? Now I have this. Okay, this is an MT5. Okay, okay. There's a particular indicator that will help me to know if it's breaking or not. I'm not going to release that one to you guys yet. So, possible, expect possible sales, right? If you can take the sell, your stop loss will be above. Then, but if it breaks above, it takes you out, fine. Just wait for a retest, buy it again. That's all, right? Trust me, you make a whole lot of money. The moment you enter silver, you will know. The moment you enter silver, you will know, right? And let me see. Mm, I told you some time ago about this USD CHF. I made mention that CHF is the dominant currency in this pair. USD is the base, and you can clearly see the downtrend. So we've been expecting this sell that we've been having now. We've been expecting the sell. And I was just marking possible areas where I expect that sell to happen. So this is it on the daily. On the daily, um, you'll see this low wasn't convincingly taken out, all right, because price came back inside of it again. But we can work with these last lows right here. Excuse me. Okay, this last lows right here. That price took out. Okay, so you notice that price came from this point. So if you start watching it from your lower time frame, when price is pushing up, just wait for it to get into that level and say on my 1 hour, once it gets to that level, I need what we call a shift in market structure, which means the last major low that price created, price should violate it and break it. So I wait for retest for us to go in. So CHF has been doing well, right? Has been doing well since last week. Started that sell off. So sold all the way from Monday, Tuesday, no, sorry, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You can see this massive candle to the downside, right? Trading is not really difficult, but there are some basics you need to understand. If you can understand the basics, to an extent, you'll be good. It's just like that saying that if the foundation be faulty, what can the righteous do? If your knowledge is faulty, what can a trader like you do? It's going to be difficult, right? It's going to be frustrating because your money is on the line. I know how frustrating it is to put your money expecting to make money and you end up losing the money or losing part of that money. But you can trade the right way. Trading is a business and you can make money from trading, right? People are making money. So why should yours be different? So understand that basics, cover that basics, then you'll be good to go. Okay. Let me look at our time is already fast spent. Let me just see what else should we do. Okay. I think I still know people who trade agro commodities. Let me see. Okay, US 100 GPG has broken the resistance. Oh, once it breaks the resistance, then it's flying away. It's headed for that up there. All right, it's headed for that up there. Let me hide this. Okay. Now, US 100, there's nothing much to it. Just follow the same principle, right? If you follow the same principle, Okay, so this is our major level that we are looking at taking trade from. I'm on daily. Okay, so if I come to 4 hours, this is that resistance here that was taken out here. Price retested the first time it held, but all of a sudden it didn't really hold here. But price is back above this particular level, right? So which means we are still good to go. So we are still looking at pushing to the upside. Um, let's see. So yes, there's still more room to buy. Price can decide to come down to these levels again. There's a lot of liquidity here. Or worst case, come to this point before you experience that buy. But in the long run, we are bullish. Whatever sell happens is selling to buy more in future, right? So which is you can sell to this point to buy, or you can sell all the way here to buy even much more. So USD is quite straightforward. So let's look at coffee also. For those who trade coffee, have it at the back of your mind that whatever your currencies give you, coffee gives you 20 times. Yes, 20 times. What do I mean? So if I'm trading my euro dollar, a standard lot, like we are trying to buy the euro dollar, right? Is it even buying right now? Excellent. It has been buying. So if you are not on that trade, you have missed out. So on my euro dollar, if I'm buying now, say with one standard lot, you all know that you get $10 per pip. For one pip movement on my euro dollar right now, right? Let me see how much profit already. Just a moment. Okay, not up to 100,000 yet. Okay, so now say I'm doing a standard lot on my euro dollar and price goes 10 pips. One pip is $10. So 10 pips is $100, right? 20 pips is $200. 30 pips is $300 for my euro dollar. One standard lot. Now, the same one standard lot on coffee, this guy right here, is going to give you $200 per pip. So you see that it's times 20, right? Of whatever your euro dollar is going to give to you. So coffee is quite heavy. Hence, when you hear me say, don't go near this guy if you don't have good money, this is the reason. All right. You can't come here with your 100,000, with your 200, 500, even 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. It's we are talking about from 5 million, 10 million. Guys with good funds trade this and small movement. 30 pips is small. This is 30 pips. This is my 1 hour time frame, right? This is 30 pips. Where's my crosshair? See this one candle like this. Let me see how many pips this one candle from top to the lowest point. Uh this is 39.7 pips already. Sorry, 500 points, 50 pips rather. So I'm supposed to look at the points. All right, 500 points, 50 pips already, guys. So this is like heavy. Just this one candle is 50 pips on my 1 hour time frame. So you just need 30. Can see where 30 is to make you one standard lot on this guy. One pip is $200. 10 pips is $2,000. 20 pips is 4,000 and 30 pips is $6,000. All right. Now convert that to Naira. All right. So this is where people make money. And to trade coffee is not difficult. Right? It's not. The same principle. Coffee, in fact, tries to respect this principle much more. Right? I have guys here over here in Abuja that trade coffee like crazy. Right? That's what they do. In fact, well, let me not share that secret with you now. It's an insider secret for them. Okay, so perhaps I'll share it when we are doing agro commodity trade vault, agro trade vault. So this is the daily time frame, and you notice that coffee has been giving us multiple tops right here, right? Multiple tops right here. So price has not been able to break above this level, although it's an uptrend, right? You can see clearly it's an uptrend, but it hasn't been able to break above that particular level. Okay, see this last high here. then this one right here. Now we lost some funds here because price was supposed to stop at this level, technically, which it did, and we bought it massively, made lots of money. Came back, we're buying it, but it didn't get here all of a sudden. Yes, so you will find that fundamentally. If you are into coffee, make sure you are following Brazilian real and the USD. Coffee, Brazil is the largest supplier of coffee to the world, so you know what's going on there. So it caused price to tumble massively, almost getting to this point here, then pushing back to the upside. So when it did, I was just waiting for it to get here, and once it got close and it reversed, so started buying again. Stopped buying here, but once it broke, waited for a retest and kept pushing to the upside. Now, what are we trying to do on coffee? What are we trying to do? What is price trying to do? Push up or push down? From the higher time frame perspective. I'm still waiting for responses. What is coffee trying to do? All right, push down. Right, good. Oh, say push up? Nope. Coffee is trying to push down, but the push down is to push up way more. Remember, it's an uptrend, right? So yes, currently it's trying to push down, and in fact, we've been having that massive push down. Let's see, this is it on 1 hour already. This is it on 1 hour. All right, so price has been pushing. Let me see. No, 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 no. Price is yet to. Okay, it hasn't resumed for the day though. Yes. So, but price is pushing down. Right now, it will push down to key levels. Now we have this as a key level. Let me look at it on 4 hours. Okay, on 1 hour, we have this point here. It can push to this level right here. Excellent. You see these possible tops, right? When it broke, retested the first time, and it might stop here. Or worst case scenario is price can still come all the way here. I'm not of the opinion that price will get all the way down. Yes, just like when it got to this point here, notice it kept tried pushing down, but didn't get all the way down, pushed up here. From here down, it didn't go all the way down, push back up again, and it's trying it. Okay, so that push down is not most likely not going to be too long before we see another push to the upside again, either from here or from here. I'm expecting that push back to the upside. Yes, so that is for fee. Yes, yes. All right. I think I've answered that already. Yeah, another question. Okay. All right, so let's just do like maybe one more. Here we go. One more. Euro dollar is still trying to push to the upside. GBP JPY. No, GBP JPY didn't break. It didn't break. It has to go above this level. The candle with the highest wick. It has to go close above this. The body of the candle has to close up. Yes. Before we can say, oh, it has broken. Hmm? Okay. So I think we've rushed all we needed to do. Let's see any other instrument, any other one, just one more, and we are done. Any other one. If you UD, yes, you can on the euro dollar or GBP pairs. No, that's plenty. We can start looking at GBP pairs. We've talked about gold already. So let's say the first person here said GBP AUD. Okay, so I think let's do that. GBP AUD. So GBP is going to be the dominant currency on this particular pair. going to be the dominant currency in this particular pair. GBP AUD, GBP USD. Okay. So let's look at GBP AUD. Simple analysis. I go to my daily. I zoom out a bit. Remember, GBP is the dominant currency in this pair, so we should be having an uptrend. So clearly, we are having an uptrend here, right? We're having an uptrend. Now, since price has been pushing up, if we are to follow our strategy, this is what we would have been doing. So the moment price broke out of this resistance levels right here, notice that it came back and we started buying again. So right now, price has taken this one again. Good. So buying from this point, okay, from this point first, now this point, price has gone a little lower. So if price goes lower, if it breaks one point, it's headed for the previous level. So the worst that price might do is here. But in the long run, we are going to be having more buys, all right? So let's see how far price can get to that low. It's not far. And on H1 is also not far. So which means that the worst price can do is to go lower to this point before we start having buys. And when it starts to buy, it will buy massively because this is it from daily. It's going to buy massively. So let's say it gets here. Then we will now have massive buys. I can get here, respect a bit, then still push again, come back, and push all the way to this high and possibly even break it. So this is the possible scenario that we might have. In the long run, is a buy. So if you're on a buy, you are safe. If you're on a sell, you don't want to stay too long on it, right? You don't want to stay too long on it if you're on a sell. So lastly, GBP USD. I think we had a training yesterday about indicator, and I think we applied it to this guy yesterday. Okay, so on the daily, first on the daily, you'll see we have been pushing up, right? Not the push up is not as steep as, like, it's not as, how do I call it now? Steep. It's just gradually, right? Pushing up, then ranging. But recently, we have been pushing back to the downside. So this is where price ought to stop. It didn't stop. It has come here. So, but price is looking at pushing back to the upside again. And how do we know it will continue pushing to the upside? The moment it takes out the last high while it was falling. So we need price to take out the last high while it was falling. So this is the last high while price was falling. This level, which price look to have successfully taken out. So all of this retracement is to buy more. Yeah. So we expect price break out of these levels, retest, and buy massively. So we should be pushing back to the upside again for GBP USD. So our time is fast spent. To drop my contact. So for those who do not have it, it's 080-265-82493. My name is Victor, but they call me the Bishop. All right. So, oh, let me see. Okay, let me change this to everyone. Okay, so I'm sure everyone can see my contact now. 080-265-82493. My name is Victor, Abola and Victor, but they call me the Bishop. So yes, for those who want to reach out to me and we'll take it further. All right. Thank you very much for your time. Look forward to you having a very peaceful and profitable day. Plus, I hope Nigeria wins our match today so that the joy can be all rounder. All right. Thank you and have a wonderful rest of your day.